We have basically the same thing. It's a flat with seed starter trays in them. So I think we're roughly only, well, technically I think we only need two rows. So it'd be 12 slots. Because the pots we have that interlock, there's 3 per layer and there's 4 trays. So it'd be 12 plants. I think what we're going to do, just to make sure, is probably do 4 rows of it. So we're just going to start going to kind of start filling in some holes here. Now I'm trying to leave a little gap because I think what we're going to do is we're going to plant the seeds we want to plant, and then I'm just going to layer a little bit of dirt over it instead of trying to actually dig a hole and plant inside these little teeny pods. Just drop some seeds in there, come back over the thin layer, and cover them up.
And I bought these pods this time that were not pre-filled, because I bought previously the ones that they sell that have like the little like peat moss disc that you just, when they get them wet, they expand. And we just didn't really have a good sprouting turnaround from those. The seeds that we planted, I think I only got a quarter of them that actually produced. Certain ones just didn't produce at all. But they produced when I put them in the ground, so I know the seeds weren't all faulty. So I just don't know if that mixture just isn't as nutritious, or if they didn't like break through it as easily, because they had to kind of break through a barrier. So I decided not to go that route again.
Alright, so we're going to go up and grab the box of trays. We're going to go up and grab the box of seeds, and then we're going to figure out exactly where we're going to plant, and we're going to come back. Alright guys, so we went upstairs and dug through the magical box of seeds, and we came up with a selection that we're happy with as far as that system we're going to set up.
I'm coming to a realization, I will say this, that we may have under-ordered herb seeds, since we're doing all these extra side things that we're doing. We ordered what we thought was plenty, but it seems almost like we don't have as many as we thought.
So the first thing we're going to do is a lettuce mix that we ordered. So it's just an Encore lettuce mix. It's organic, certified organic. So we're going to do 4 pods. We're just going to do a couple seeds per pod just to make sure that we get something that germinates.
Would be 6 pods for the lettuce, since we're doing the top 3 in lettuce. So double that up, it would be 6. Jeez.
So the top 4, and then the 2 on the left, I did lettuce. And then we're going to do two cells to each different seed. So just stack these up and just start digging through them. So next up we got is lemon balm. Again, it's certified organic.
These herbs are nice to have for fresh cooking, but also for like you can dehydrate it, you can dry it out and use it for teas or drinks, water, but also you can grind it up and use it to make your own spices and have your own spice mixes. You know that it's organic, you know that there's no chemicals added into it or preservatives, so it's just a healthier way of having some very good spices in your cabinet. I know some people kind of look at herbs and they go, why would you grow so many herbs? Because what are you going to do with that? Because compared to tomatoes and peppers, you can instantly think of a use for it. The herbs are just great for the seasoning aspect. Especially when you're married to someone like him who likes to basically grab everything out of the cabinet.
Alright, so the next two are going to be the lemon balm. And partly this is because of the video and partly because I can go back and like, what plant is this? So the next up is going to be another certified organic. It's summertime. So
Wish it was summertime.
hopefully with it being a little on the chillier side down in the basement, these do okay.
I think this is a sign that the seeds are extremely small when they come in these little bags inside the bag. Like microscopic seeds.
That was definitely a lot more than a couple, but they're small as hell. I'm not really trying to count out 3 when I can't even pick up 3.
I said, I kind of have a feeling we under-ordered on some of the spices or herbs, and then we got cilantro. That one's its own entity.
Third row, the first 2 pods are thyme. Third row, the second 2 pods are going to be cumin. Cumin.
For those unfamiliar with cumin, that's the #1 spice used in Mexican food, Mexican spices. Cumin is what creates that taco-y Mexican taste. We realized that when we started mixing our own herbs. Our own spices, I should say.
Those are much bigger, much easier to count 3. That's kind of like my goal per cell is to get like 3 seeds in it, just so that we have a better shot. You never really want to plant 1 per pod. You always want to plant like 2, 3, 4, so you have a better shot at having something germinate in that cell. So now the 4th row down, the first 2 pods are going to be Dill. So this is a strain called Teddy. I don't think we've ever done this brand before, and I ripped the pouch a little bit.
We haven't really planted dill much over the last couple of years. Dill's not one that I use a lot, but now since I've really stepped it up in canning, I'm starting to do a lot more canning and a lot of recipes that I hadn't done in the past. A lot of recipes actually call for dill, and we really don't have that in our cabinet. So it's kind of nice to have some that we're going to grow, because there are certain things that it would have been nice to have it and not have to go buy it.
So 4th row, second 2 set of pods is going to be another certified organic. It's called Giant of Italy as a strain. It's Parsley. And hopefully the name Giant of Italy means we're going to get some pretty big plants here.
Another mini seed. On the plus side, we are going to have double the pods to the pots that we have, but in reality, herbs don't take up a lot of growth space, and if they all sprout, we can easily put both pods into 1 pot and make it a nice full plant instead of just having a small plant in the pot.
So 5th row, first 2 pods are going to be another, actually no, this is not organic. This is Greek oregano. So 5th row down, first 2 pods, oregano. Jumped the gun on that certified oregano. Holy crap.
Midget seeds.
Yeah, we're just going to do a sprinkle. That was probably 10.
I was like, we did not do 3 per pod. That's probably about 10 per pod.
So 5th row, second set of cells are going to be common mint. I use a lot of mint when I have it, so this is another really good one. Chives, cilantro, mint, some really good ones for me to have because those I use a lot when I have them.
And honestly, when we were getting the Marley spoon boxes, they were sending a lot of recipes with the steaks, with like using parsley and like the different herbs like that to make herb salsas. And oh my goodness, they were some of the best toppings for steaks ever. But we don't typically have those in the fridge. So having the herbs just growing, if we're having steak one night, we can just make up an herb salsa to put over the top and just make the steak that much better. It literally just ups the taste by 100.
Close enough. You need tweezers and microscope to deal with some of these seeds. We definitely gonna have to go back on and order again. Some of them were fine, but some of them are.
We're using way more than we should in one go.
So, 6 row down, the first 2 cells are going to be, and I dropped a couple seeds. Whoops. Certified organic chives.
Another nice thing to have and grow is the lettuce, because we'd eat more salads, but we also have the bearded dragons. It saves us from having to go to the grocery store to go buy their food.
Bigger seed, a lot easier to deal with. Then the 6th row, last 2 pods that we were doing are going to be cilantro. And we have a lot of it.
Can you tell which one we really like in this house? I don't quite know why the other bags were so small. I don't know if prices were higher or if we just were like, yeah, we don't use it that often so we can get a smaller amount. But we really like cilantro.
We want to do 2 in that cell because they're so big.
That should be fine. And I've said this every time we've handled these seeds. We got them from Johnny's Seeds. All of these came from Johnny's Seeds. I've bought herbs and seeds from the grocery store throughout the years. And the seeds never have much smell. You don't smell them at all when you're opening up the package. And it's insane when you open these packages, even just opening the container we store the seeds in, the amount of the strong scent that comes from it of the herbs. You can smell the herbs as seeds. They smell just like they do when they're fully grown, when they're seeds. So I'm really excited to see what the flavor is of these herbs once they're fully grown. Because if their seed smells like that, I have a feeling their flavor is going to be top notch compared to the grocery store or just the seeds that we've planted in the past. Just, they have to have a lot more flavor with that type of smell coming from a seed.
So I'm just, like I said I was going to do, I'm just kind of coming back through, doing a light dusting. Just cover up the seeds. That was a little more than I wanted. I'm not being particular, I'm just kind of like flinging dirt in there.
Now hopefully we'll be able to get some of these seeds that we're saying we're going to have to order some more of. Because stock was already down a month ago on a lot of this stuff. If not, hopefully stores will start stocking it soon and we can at least get some of the cheaper seeds from them to at least tide us over this season. We tried to get a jump start and we underestimated a little bit on some of it, I think. It happens.
We also weren't doing hydroponics, we weren't doing this indoor pots. You could probably set that back in there. We weren't doing a lot of these systems that we are now. So, like I said, we're trying to be as self-sufficient as we can, or grow as much as we can, and then, like I said too, that I want to get out onto our own homestead, eventually farm, and if we can kind of jump into like the market gardening, where we can kind of do some of the stuff around the house and in the house, especially over the winter and the nice, not so nice months. This is really going to be a big deal for us.
Luckily, we spent a pretty penny on these seeds when we bought them. They weren't cheap. Luckily, seeds aren't horribly priced compared to some things, so.
So I'm just going to wet down the seeds just a little bit. I'm going to try to keep them away from the actual seed packages.
I don't think that's going to do much, but.
So then this setup comes with a humidity dome. So we're going to slap the humidity dome on, and then we're going to throw it over there with the flats that we just did. Again, appreciate you guys coming by checking the video out. Make sure you guys are staying positive. Try to keep your heads in the right place. Make sure you guys are loving yourselves, your families, your friends, and your neighbors, because everybody needs a little bit of love. You got anything else?
Be kind. You never know what anyone's going through.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.